He came up with it.
Yeah. By the end of it, he's like, hey, you might not die.
Just many bunch of light. But sure, you could. Less people would die.
Yeah.
Like, I think we're going to find out, I think years from now, what this conflict was. Well, for sure, there's a lot of money involved. And whenever there's a lot of money involved, then there's fuckery.
Yes.
And there's for sure fuckery.
Sure.
And have you ever seen the compilation of what Fauci said at the beginning of the vaccine distribution versus now?
No.
You never seen that video?
I'm sure it's... Well, because I remember it, though, because I remember that the idea was that you wouldn't contract that.
You're not going to get the virus.
And that the breakthrough cases would be rare.
Yeah, very rare.
That's why we all got it early. I know got it early because it was... We believed it was like putting a wristband on and you could go in Six Flags. Basically, it was like, oh, I have it. Yeah. Let's go. Party's on.
But now it's not. Yeah, you need a booster. In California, all the state workers now have to have a booster.
And that's the third.
That's the third.
And Israel's on the fourth.
Yes, they're on the fourth. There's no science about this, by the way.
Yeah.
There's no data on whether or not the fourth helps you. There's also no data.
Well, what does it do? It refreshes the claim is that it refreshes the antibodies.
Gives you a little extra.
The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
I think the term booster should go.
It's a bump. It's a bump because
I think giving someone a boost, there should be more of a medical way to describe it.
Yeah.
Well, they are saying that the vast majority of people that are dying are unvaccinated. That seems to be...
That's not true.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah. I think,
it may be that death is very rare no matter what.
It depends on what you... On people being vaccinated, unvaccinated. There's a real problem with the lack of treatment. That's a real problem. There's also a real problem in that when you get checked in, if you already checked in, then it no longer will give you monoclonal antibodies. You literally have to get monoclonal antibodies in the emergency room. If you get checked into the hospital, then there's no monoclonal.
And you're already too sick.
Which doesn't make any sense. It literally makes no sense.
Right. I was listening to Peter McCullough, who I don't know if this It's just you and ivermectin just doing backstroke in ivermectin. I never thought that was...
Bring that up. I was bringing it up because it was a thing that was on a laundry list of stuff. It was now it's forever associated.
Isn't it funny that like a year ago, they said you were going to get this crazy controversy about Trump? What are you talking about? One of the things that's been very strange about this is watching how people get very, there are certain things in society where people's quote-unquote lived experience
Well, they got tricked. They got tricked into doing this by the media. The media over and over and over again said disproven, conspiracy theory, horse dewormer. They said all these things, but what they ignored is how effective it's been in other countries.
Right. But Japan, which is not an alt-right Reddit thread, it's Japan.
Airdrop
They were
incoming.
like, we're authorizing the use of ivermectin.
And they had a giant drop-off of COVID cases. The same thing happened in parts of India.
You can get it in Texas. Like when I had COVID, my doctor just wrote me a prescription for ivermectin.
Some doctors, I know a doctor who's actually being brought in front of the medical board, being subpoenaed because this doctor prescribed ivermectin to patients with COVID, and they want to know why. Well, so this is actually like they're being brought in front of a fucking board about a drug that if you go to the critical care frontline COVID critical care group, people have done it for thousands of people. There's all sorts of at least anecdotal tales of people getting better after ivermectin. They do know that it stops viral replication in vitro, which means in a lab culture. They do know that other countries have reported significant RCTs, these randomized controlled trials that they can list over and over and over again about ivermectin. The problem is, it's like the data is kind of sloppy. Like some of it is they used it in prophylaxis, which means they use it as a preventative measure. Some of it they used it in early care. Some of it they used it deep into the sickness. So it's like we don't know. And also there's some kind of a conspiracy to try to demonize that medication. When you look at the amount of people that said horse dewormer, you look at the bullshit story that was in the Rolling Stone that was proven to be absolutely not real. About people waiting in line at the hospital, they couldn't get into the emergency room with gunshot wounds because so many people were there with horse dewormers.
Which is proven untrue.
Not just proven untrue, just a fabrication.
Well, it's a bad. I think the idea
Airdrop
that there's a
incoming.
vaccine that's available and people are being mandated to take it rubs people the wrong way.
Well, also because people are vaccinated and still getting sick and still spreading it. They're trying to pretend that's not the case.
I think that it's been a big problem watching the sales pitch. Because to me it should be the vaccine is available. If you take it, it should reduce your likelihood of getting sick. That should not be. You shouldn't lose your job.
Right.
Like that's what I was saying. I was like, to fire somebody and make them destitute, broke, homeless, right? Because they will not take a vaccine.
Not only that, a lot of them are nurses, and nurses have already got COVID.
Right.
So they've had COVID, they recovered, they have better antibodies.
Well, that's the thing. A lot
Stronger
of people,
antibodies.
because there's people that already had to vax per se.
The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
So get that.
Even the term is incorrect. Right. It's a gene therapy. It's a different thing. Or like measles. You know, once you have the vaccine, you don't have to worry about it anymore. That's for the vaccine. That's what the vaccine's supposed to be. This is something we used to sell you to Jason. Seriously, you don't give me financing. I'm going to call you up and say, hi, Mr. Rogan, how are you? And we're going to get through. That's the American way we sell everything. There's no more product on the American. You got it, you're good. Not one. Every single product, when the CEOs of the vaccines are like making fun of each other, that doesn't make you feel good. Like I remember people getting Johnson & Johnson, and then we were an hour away from getting it. They discontinued it. Me and a bunch of people in LA. That didn't make you feel good. No.
It shouldn't be, I think, I mean, capitalism has some great things, but, like, I wonder if we should, like, the vaccine shouldn't be, like,
Airdrop
one of these
incoming.
products where it's like, you know how Wendy's and Arby's fight on Twitter as a joke? I don't think a life-saving vaccine should have that. Like, I don't think Moderna and
The
Pfizer
revived
should
flight
be
will arrive in 1
fighting
minute.
with each other. But it doesn't make me feel good enough.
I don't think Moderna and Pfizer are different countries.
Well, not each other. Like the CEO of EJ became India. Pfizer got knocked. The CEO, they made some joke. They made some comment. Like,
historically, the VAERS, which is the Vaccine Adverse Event Report, VAERS reports have been under, like, whatever underreported means. If it's, there was one article that Harvard put out, a paper about, it was about the HPV vaccine, right? And there was underreported, like, as significant as 1%, so it's like 90% unreported, 1% reported. So, like, out of 100 events, one of them would get reported.
Is there any chance people are there?
Airdrop incoming.
I don't think that's the case, but yes.
Because
There's always a chance.
I would like to go on theirs and just have like a fun, just for fun, and just say the vaccine killed my whole family, just for fun.
Yeah.
But if I
Airdrop
can
has
do
been
that,
delivered.
the question is, maybe other people, but maybe not. I think you have to say the name of your doctor. There's more that goes into it.
Peter McCullough was describing how difficult it is to file a VAERS claim, and what has to be, you know, it's complicated, and it's also comes with criminal penalties if you it's for sure people die. The question is how many. I think they're reporting now 18,000 deaths. Is that the VAERS? So VAERS is saying, but you also have
The
to
revived
think about
flight
the
will
sheer
arrive in
numbers
1
of
minute.
people that take the vaccine. If it's 18,000 deaths and you're dealing with 230 plus million people that have taken the vaccine, a lot of people are like, it's not that bad. Yeah, unless it's your family, then it's hard. Unless it's someone that's close to you, unless it's your young child.
Right.
You know, which is some of the
Is it
people
possible
who die.
any of the people who died before the vaccine were racist?
Could be. I'm just trying to look at some clinics. You know, which,
I mean, someone might have said things that they shouldn't have said in the text. Well, it's hard to know, right? It's really difficult to know how many people, because then there's
Ship
people,
terminal
and this
is
is the
almost
vaccine,
ready.
very anti-vaccine color. Yeah, like when this right, we read on the vaccine, very anti-vaccine. Yeah, interesting. And they call it Hurricane. They call it Hurricane. They're very anti-vaccine, and they die. That's embarrassing too. So you're like, it's hard. You have a stance. It's like
The safe zone is collapsing.
yeah,
Airdrop incoming.
because that's very embarrassing. These guys are like, fuck the vaccine. I'll never take the vaccine. And then they're in the hospital like, take the vaccine. And then they die.
I don't know if that's ever really happened.
Oh, it's happened a million times.
They say take the vaccine.
Airdrop has been
Yeah,
delivered.
because I've seen that. They got the Valentine here. Yeah. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I was promoting a vaccine, I would want to say
The last revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
But it makes sense, right? Like if your whole thing was don't take it and then you died.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things where it's like
Here's the other thing that drives me crazy is that for so many people have caught it, they tell you just to go home and come back when your oxygen rate is below 90.
yeah, that's not good care.
That's a lot of what happens, though.
Right.
There's no treatment for a lot of people. Now, every doctor treats it a different way in that regard.
Yeah.
And the ones that aren't, you know, the ones that have, like, got on it early, like Peter McCullough and Dr. Pierre Corey, they prescribed a
Be
whole
careful,
cocktail
the
of things
poltergeist
to
is
take,
active.
and they had great effect with it.
Right.
Another thing is that fluvoxamine. Now, Peter Attia was posting something about fluvoxamine. I think it was about fluvoxamine the other day. Like they're trying to stop people from taking fluvoxamine for COVID, which has been proven to be very effective. It's actually an SSRI. And for some reason, it works very well to prevent
What's
some
weird
infections
is
of COVID.
people try to stop people from taking medication. It's a very suspect. Yeah.
You need to take the vaccine. You need to
Yeah.
take the vaccine. The vaccine has become, in a lot of ways, almost like a religious thing.
Yeah.
It's like, this
Like,
thing.
I understand that they're trying to say that these are a replacement for a vaccine, but I don't know why. The vaccine, here are treatments as well.
Clearly, the vaccines have influence on media. If you watch that video conversation, Anderson
Now to the last 5 minutes.
show after show after show, brought to you by Pfizer. It's just going to. It's just going to. I mean, whether spoken or unspoken thing, there's gonna be some
Airdrop
pushback.
incoming.
Yeah, and that has an effect. It also has an effect. The term anti-vaxxer has an effect. So there's a lot of people.
But
watching
you're not.
Chip terminal
You've
is
got other
almost ready.
vaccines.
Got all of them.
Yeah.
Everything except COVID. And I almost got COVID. I almost.
Airdrop
Did it because the UFC wanted me to go to a hospital instead of. I thought I could do it at the UFC offices. I went there, and that was the understanding. And they're like, for whatever reason, whether it's the CDC or whatever, they said you gotta go down to the hospital. I said, well, I can't today. Today's the fight. I was gonna do it the day of the fights.
Right.
I was just like, shoot me up. I thought I didn't even think of a side effect. I was like, we're gonna be side effects were a thing back then. Right. Then they pulled it. I was supposed to come out with insurance and take it out for 2 weeks. And then they pulled it during that time period. And I was like, what the fuck? And then people went into strokes. And then I was like, what is going on?
And they had a stroke after they took the vaccine.
And that was Johnson & Johnson. And that's the one that they're telling people to not.
Did they get COVID?
I don't know, but I know 2 people who did get COVID and took it.
People that got strokes, they didn't get COVID. Right. My point is that I think a stroke is a small price to pay for peace of mind. I think if you have a stroke, if you have peace of mind, and you know that you're not going to be sick, I'd rather stroke out in a CVS